Madre John Madden Juanito, that's my Mexican name, and I'm sitting behind the Visitor Center in Asheville, North Carolina. It's also Lenore Rhine University and the Chamber of Commerce. I have a lot of memories of this building. I once was I lived in Asheville for 16 years, from 2004 to 2020. And I was an entrepreneur, and at one point I belonged to the Chamber of Commerce, even though it was expensive. At one point I volunteered at the Visitor Center, which was really interesting. I have a real good friend who taught at Lenore Rhine. And the last time I was in Asheville was the fall of 2020, or the last fall. Last fall I was here was 2020. And by that time I had left the city of Asheville and moved to the North Country and was rambling around in a camper van all through the high mountains, it was such an evocative time for me. I had a huge spiritual experience in June 26th of 2019. So I was processing all kinds of spiritual changes, new lifestyle, living in a camper van. And when I came back to Asheville, I often would stay in a park that's like, a mile in that direction, downhill. And I was in that park last night, and it brought back so many memories. I had fabulous experiences there. So it's the time of impermanence, of change. We have had like 5 days of spectacular weather in a row. Different from anything I've experienced, because the last 4 winters I've been in warm climates. New Orleans, South Texas, and then 2 years in Mexico. So this is going to be... And from growing up in Chicago, I was smart enough that at some point I realized, fall is great, it's beautiful, but I figured out what comes after it is that bitter Chicago winter. So I still got that ingrained in me. I've been back in Asheville for 5 months. I was medevaced back here by the U.S. consulate from Playa del Carmen because I had complete renal failure. And the reason I was able to travel for 4 years on my little Social Security check was because I was traveling in a camper van. My biggest expenses were keeping the damn van on the road, but I wasn't paying hotels. And for the last year and a half, 2 vans have died on me. My initial van, Narwhal the Whale, 88 Ford Econoline, which is so evocative for folks up in Appalachia, the guys up there. I learned here in Asheville, progressive, hippie Asheville, we thought that the rednecks out in the county, out in the high mountains of Appalachia, were not such great people. I discovered they were awesome people out there. And I also discovered that the reason they hate Asheville so much is not the hippies or the gays. It's the cityness, it's the sirens, it's the fast moving, it's the fact that